It's Yolanda. Is anybody there? I'm here. I'm shut down. And boy, is it raining. So I'm going to see if anybody's going to chime in for right now. I want to show you guys exactly what's going on outside. Yeah. It is pouring down raining. Hold on one second here. Huh. So, hello, Kyla Shannon. How are you doing today? Hello, hello, hello. So we got Latanya Williams. Hey, beautiful in chat. Hello, how are you doing today, Latanya? Welcome. I didn't know if nobody was going to chime in today. When you guys come in, can you hit that like button for me? I appreciate that. So how's everybody doing today? You good? Well, cool. I'm glad to hear that. Um, I'm just sitting up here relaxing. So I want to show you guys what's going on. Check this out. It is raining so hard. Hold on a second. Watch this. Look at all of that rain. That's what's happening outside. It is really, really raining out there. Let me show you a little bit more. It's coming down. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad outside. You see all of that? So this is how it's looking at the truck stop. It is flooded outside too. I mean, absolutely flooded. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that. It says, Latanya says, I'm okay. It says, I like and shared. I appreciate that. Hi, Slim Michelle. Hello, that chat. Hi, sis. I'm dropping by a few minutes and need to charge up. We'll share you out on my way. Okay, I appreciate that, sweetheart. I really appreciate everything that you do for me. I appreciate that. I be sharing you out too over up in my post. You all up in there. So yeah. So I share and I try to repay the favor too just as well. Let me switch this back around a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate you sharing me out too. Kyla says, that's a lot of rain. Yes, it is. It's a whole bunch of rain. So I'm just sitting here and my Johnny's chilling because I had to turn. That's what I told you guys to hold on a minute there. I'm just sitting here just chilling. Yeah, that's it. So that's about it. It says, did not I find you over on Tony's page? Okay, yeah. You probably seen me in Tony's chat where we did that collab. That's what you're seeing. Slim Michelle, she says, you're welcome. Thanks. I'm going to look. Do YouTube don't show me. Yeah, YouTube notifications for whatever reason. A lot of people do not get their notifications for whatever reasons. Sometimes, Slim Michelle, your stuff, it'll come to me later. I mean, sometimes if you will reach out to me just yourself and tell me to go check it, but if you put stuff out and sometimes I don't even see it until you say, hey sis, go check your post or your page out. Granted, sometimes I'm driving, but yeah, I appreciate you stopping in. Slim Michelle says, you're welcome, thanks. I'll go look, do you? Okay, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, sometimes they just don't put notifications out. So a lot of people say that. That's just how YouTube is, and I'm starting to notice that. So right now, I'm just sitting here, just chilling. It's raining. It's a day for your PJs and just the hoodie and just to relax and just to take it easy. That's all. And I didn't even notify nobody. I didn't tell all of my buddies that normally come here with me. Tony, yo, man, I bet he said, how the hell she went live? A few people I didn't even let know, a few drivers. I just got up. It was raining so hard. I was kind of taking a nap. I said, you know what, let me get up. Let me go live just to see if anybody wants to chime in and get a look and see and just listen to some of the rain. You might not can hear it, but yeah, it's raining. So how is everybody doing? What do you guys got going on for today? Latanya, it says it just stopped raining here in Albany, Georgia. Yeah, it went from a heat wave, Latanya, to Now it's just going into this little raining season for whatever the deal is. So yeah, that's what's going on today. It went from, it was the other day it was like 110, 107. It was so freaking hot outside you couldn't even breathe. Now all of a sudden we got this all of this rain just coming out of nowhere. So yeah, that's how it is. I wonder if I can open this so you guys can see how it's still raining pretty bad. Hold on. Trying to open my curtains. Yeah, the rain came down a little bit. Now you probably can't see it. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I'll just keep it like that. Yeah, it's better than what it was, but it was raining really, really, really bad, and that's why I got up and turned the camera on. So like I said, if anybody come in, please hit that like button. Even if you just pop in, hit the like button and run out, I appreciate that. But yeah, a lot of people was talking about notifications, and so Latanya, when I went live, did you automatically get your notification, or did you just happen to be strolling through and then happen to see that I was live? I'm just curious because I've been hearing different stuff. I don't get notifications sometimes. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Ooh, you guys hear that thunder and lightning? Wow, it's bad. So anybody in here, did they get notification if you're subscribed to me, or you guys just happen to be passing through and then happen to see live? Because sometimes I don't get notifications, and I'll just be on YouTube and I'll see somebody going live and I'm subscribed to them and just happen to go in. Latanya says, yes, I got a notification. Surprising. Yes, it is very surprising when you do get a notification. Kyla Shannon. So Kyla, you got a notification too. Okay, so Slim Michelle must have got a notification too. Some people get a notification and some don't. So you said it's raining out there in Albany, and it's raining that's in Georgia. Of course, most of you probably know that. But it is raining in a few areas right now. So we got Yen Marie. Hi Marie, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat. If you come in, please hit that like button. I really appreciate that. How's the weather where you're at and where you're from? So we already see that Latanya, she's from Georgia, Albany. We got Kendra Mason. Hello, hi Kendra. You guys hit that like button when you come in. Put in where you're from. Yen Marie, where are you from, sweetheart? What area are you from? Like, you from the United States? You from, what part? Let everybody know where you're from. It says Kendra, I appreciate that, Kendra Mason. I really appreciate that. So like I said, I'm glad that you guys joined in. I uploaded a live video from yesterday, but it took forever to go through. We got Chrissy H. It says, hi, new to the channel, loving the content. I am from Michigan. Okay, welcome. You're from Michigan. All righty. So anybody else in here from Michigan? In case you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel, I'm from Texas. And if you watch any of my content, I am a truck driver. I put up random videos, and I just, from time to time, I just start going live. And I like going live because I get to interact and talk to some of the people. I'm not going to say get to know you a little bit better, but I get to find out a little bit more about everybody. And then you can find out more about me. I appreciate everybody. Kendra, it says, I live in Lehigh. I don't know exactly where Lehigh, where is that at? I'm not familiar with the area, Lehigh. I'm not quite sure. And so right now I am in Texas. I'm right outside the border of Laredo, which if anybody is familiar with Laredo, Texas, that's right there. You can literally hop, skip, and jump, and you will be in Mexico. Literally. We got a lot of freight coming up out of Laredo, Texas. We also have a terminal, a hub, that's in Laredo, Texas, that bring a lot of our freight from there, and they bring it over so the drivers like myself over the road, they can take it to different facilities for, just different freight that comes from over there. So yeah. Anybody else in the chat want to say where they're from? We got Georgia in the house. We got Michigan. in the house. And of course, we got another Texas in the house. It says, heard everything is bigger in Texas. Oh, yeah, everything is bigger in Texas. That's for sure. Yeah. Texas is a very, very large state. As being a truck driver, you can run your rig all through Texas and literally never leave the state of Texas. That's how big Texas is. And, you know, we drive 11 hours throughout the day. So what does that tell you right there? Texas is a pretty big state. Yes, it is. So, yes. You know, there's drivers drive up and down Interstate 10, and they'll drive all day and never even leave out the state of Texas. But if you get a chance, come in Texas, come to see us. You know, yeah, Texas is pretty big. A lot of people come over here. They, you know, with Cattle Town. When you go in the back areas, there's a lot of cattle, and yes, a lot of oil, all that. Texas is you know, of course, everybody knows it's the biggest state there is. So, yeah. But if you like that hot weather, well, Georgia is hot too out there where you're at, Latanya. Georgia's pretty hot too, just as well. But you guys, your traffic out there in Georgia on that 285, baby, right outside of 285 over there, right in the skirts, 285, 85, 20, Atlanta, Decatur, over in that area. So Latanya lives in Georgia. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. Over in that area, it gets pretty bad. Got a lot of states where traffic can get real bad. You know, California, New York, New Jersey, Texas. Our traffic is bad here in certain areas like Austin, you know, Dallas, Houston. So Sissy H, it says, I have been to Texas one time and it was beautiful. Yes. What part of Texas did you come to and how long ago was that? Some people like Texas and some don't. You know, some people say it's too big for them. Some people say it's too crowded. It's too much traffic. You know, everybody is different. To me, the states that and no offense to anybody that's from New York and New Jersey, it's really busy over in those areas. California, it says, I'm like 4 hours away from Atlanta. And no, they can't drive. Oh, honey, please. Oh, yes. Latanya, yes. It's a madhouse. And I'm going to tell you something about out there side, Atlanta and Georgia. They do not fear big trucks. Girl, let me tell you, they try to run us off of the road. They not scared of nobody. Y'all out there in Atlanta, y'all not scared of us. Now, certain states we can go to, they see a rig coming, they'll jump out of the way. In Atlanta, they'll play chicken with you in Atlanta for real. So, yeah, that's a whole nother different level right there, though, yeah. So, Chrissy, she said Houston. Yeah, Houston is pretty busy, too. Yeah, we have a hub out there in Houston. Houston can get pretty busy. I think Austin get pretty busy. A lot more busier than Houston does. That's just my opinion, though, you know. So what does everybody got going in? I see a few people coming and going. Is anybody cooking or, you know, or just eating out? You ordering food? Like, what do you guys have going on for dinner-wise today? Just, you know. I know earlier it was very hot earlier, so I know a lot of people probably didn't cook or they're not cooking just due to some areas it's just so hot outside, you know. So I think I had talked to a friend earlier, which is they're down there in California, and they were barbecuing, grilling and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, barbecue or grill. It says, made nachos, just a lazy meal. I know that's right. Just a lazy meal, just kick back. Yeah, you ain't had to turn on the oven to really do too much of that and get hot up in there in that heat, Latanya. Chrissy, it says grilling because in Michigan, it's hot. Oh, yeah, it is hot. Yeah, it's very hot out there in Michigan. What is the temperature out there in Michigan right now in the area that you're in, Chrissy? What is the temperature out there? Is it, I know it's hot, but is it like up there in the triple digits? Is it, you know, like how hot is it? Because I know I was in a part of Texas a few days ago and it had got up to 110. Of course, I was sitting idle, but it had gotten pretty hot. So I was trying to see how is it out there with you? Like, you know, what's the temperature looking like out there? Oh, okay, like 90 degrees. Okay, yeah, that's pretty hot. Now I know one thing about Michigan. Michigan has some tough winters out there. Oh my gosh. Them winters ain't no joke at all. They are terrible. You guys don't believe in plowing. They just, if it snows and it ice, you just gotta flow with it, and that's about it. So yeah. Yes, you know. That's just how it goes, for real. You know. So you know what? I just realized by driving the truck, sometimes you get mixed up on your days. You know, you guys, I just realized it's Friday. And then this sounds crazy, and I'm not kidding you. So it's Friday. A lot of people are out and about. They're at restaurants. They're out with family, friends, or whatever. Do you know I thought it was Monday all day today till it just dawned on me? It is Friday. So yeah, okay, yeah, I'm a little bit mixed up, but yeah, I just realized, and don't think nothing about it. Sometimes when you drive, you get thrown off by your days, but I still don't know how I thought it was Monday. Okay, never mind. But yeah, so it is, no, it's not Monday. It is Friday. But yeah, so it's just one of those trucker things. And then when you shut down sometimes and you get up because you shut down at so many different truck stops, you have to get up and then you have to look out the window and you have to say, okay, what state, where am I at, and what truck stop? Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but that's the way it goes. It says it doesn't feel like a Friday. I know it. It does not feel like a Friday at all, Kyla. It feels like a Monday to me. Latanya, it says I mix up days to the beginning of a disabled. Yeah, you know, you get like that. Oh, because you're disabled. So Latanya, you're disabled. Like, so just by forgetting it, or just because do you kind of stay in the house and don't keep up with the days? It says, Chris says, I work from home. That happens to me too. Yes, it does. Especially from working from home, I can imagine it does. You know, you get your days and stuff all mixed up. You like, okay, wait a minute. Is it Wednesday? Is it Monday? Because they had sent me a load, and I seen the date on it and stuff, and I was so confused. And now that I think about it, like I said, I'm thinking it's Monday that I'm picking up the load. Tuesday, they left. Boy, I tell you. But that's okay, though. It happens from time to time. Since I work from home, that happens to me, too. Yeah. So do you like working from home, Chrissy? As I stay inside and I live alone. Oh, okay, Latanya, you stay inside and you live alone? Do you have people that come over and, you know, or different stuff like that? Like, I'm not being nosy, like you said, you're disabled and stuff. So you're able to, like, drive and go about and take care of everything that you need to do? Or you just, you know, let me turn this on. It's getting warm again. Chrissy, she says, no, I miss working with people. Yeah, I guess that's almost, in a way, to me, that's almost like a homeschooling thing, in my opinion. It says co-workers, Chrissy. Okay, so Chrissy, to what you were talking about, my thing with that is, when you work from home, to me, it's almost like I hear people when they talking about homeschooling. Homeschooling, they say, like I know a couple of friends' kids are going back to public school because the kids got bored with homeschooling. They miss interacting and being with people. It says Ryan. Hi Ryan, how are you doing? It's me, I see you, Ryan. Chrissy, yes. Latanya, it says, I can't drive anymore and I barely see people. Oh, okay. Yes, Ryan, I do remember you. Yes, I do. Glad you're back in. And I have been on your page and seen some of your content, but you can't leave a comment or nothing. I guess you have it turned off or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Yeah, but I remember you, Ryan, when you came in the live before, about a few days ago when I did a live. It was you and a couple other fellas. You guys came in. And I said, I really appreciate, because it was two brothers. Ryan, do you remember it was two brothers in with you? It was like a CY, and I think I and Ian, they were in here. You guys were all in at the same time. So yes, I do remember you coming in. Yeah, my bro. Okay, so that is your brother. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I remember when you guys came in. So Chrissy's, It says, do you only drive through Texas? No, Chrissy, I drive. I used to be on the road where I drove all 48 states from the east, north, south, west. Yes, CY Baseball. Yes, Ryan. So, I remembered you because I just said CY and I called all you guys when you was in here. But, Chrissy, yes. No, Chrissy, I'm sorry. I don't just drive in Texas. I drive different states. I run up and down what they call a 35 corridor. So I drive, if you look at your map or your atlas, just look at what states, even though I'm over here in the Laredo part, I'm just over here helping out on an account. But if you look at your map, or you can either Google it and look at your map and look at what states run down 35, all the way coming out of Texas, going through Oklahoma, all the way through Missouri, Kansas, all the way. That's the area. Minnesota, I run up and down 35. It's called 35 corridor. The truck drivers know, but if you're not a truck driver, but all you got to say is 35 corridor. What exactly is she talking about? Just look at your atlas or your map, flip it open, and look at Interstate 35. You can start from Texas and then just take your finger and then just move all the way up. And it'll take you from state to state to state, and then it'll show you what states that I, look at my, down, it'll show you my little skirt thing. It'll show you what states that I run out of, and that'll tell you right there. And then sometimes I come, we call it a lane. Sometimes I come out of my lane and I run a different lane, and that's what I'm on now. I'm still on 35 because Laredo is on 35, but it's a further lane than what I run, if that makes sense. It says, when I see truck drivers, I so appreciate you all, and I know I couldn't do it. Oh, I really appreciate that you could not do it. Well, some people say that, but you never know if you decide to go to truck driving school and give it a shot. It's okay, LaTanya. It says, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I love everyone. LaTanya, I do appreciate you stopping by, love. And thank you for coming in and spending that time with us. You enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. And thank you for all the support. Chrissy, it says true. Yeah. So, that's just how some people feel about it, and we appreciate that. And some people, believe it or not, don't care or don't like truck drivers. They'll be driving, man, and they'll flip us off and do all kind of weird stuff. Yeah, it's a mess. But it's just a part of the job, though. That's what we do. We drive, and we try to keep America going. We try to not get flipped off. Just about every day, somebody give me the bird and flip me off. Try to run me off the road. It's a part of trucking. Some people just don't like truck drivers, believe it or not, and they don't realize it. It's a truck driver that actually, that car that they're driving in, a car hauler actually brought that car to them. They don't realize it. If it wasn't for a car hauler or the people at the plant that's making the cars, I mean, my gosh, they wouldn't be driving. They don't see it that way. It says, oh, you keep America going. Yeah, we appreciate that. We try to. I remember when the COVID was going on, man, it was a mess out there where we was trying to keep stuff in the hospital. We was trying to keep water on the shelves. We was trying to keep food in the grocery stores. And it was something. There was people waiting for us. The trucks to come in the back of at Costco's and all these different stores. They was waiting for us to get toilet paper and get water. They just couldn't wait. I remember those days. It wasn't fun at all. Yep, it was not fun at all. So, we're here. We still try to do our part. We try to keep America going. That's all we can do is for right now. Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of respect, believe it or not. A lot of people just don't like truck drivers. They think the average truck driver is overweight. They think we're dumb. We don't know anything, that You try coming out here, taking your test, going through DOT and getting everything together and try to drive, Chrissy said, I remember that. Yeah, you remember that? You talking about COVID when it was a mess? Did you see it on the news, how everybody used to be waiting for the truck drivers to pull up? There was people literally had our schedule, and they knew when we were going to deliver. They like kept up with what stores we were going to bring toilet paper, what stores we were going to bring water or different things. And they were, I don't know, but can anybody tell me what was up with the toilet paper and the COVID? I don't understand the toilet paper deal. Like, what was the deal with the toilet paper? Like, and the Germex. Now I understand the Germex, but not the toilet paper as much. I mean, they were just going buck wild when it came to the toilet paper. Yeah, it was just crazy. So, but that's just the way it is. So, yeah. Well, like I say, anyhow, I just wanted to stop in to say hello, to see how many people would join into the chat. Just to say hello. It was raining so hard. I had fell asleep, and actually the rain had woke me up. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go live just to see if anybody would join in, and I appreciate it. It says I was one. Oh, you were. What are you saying, Chrissy? You was one of those people that when we showed up with the toilet paper and everything, you was there waiting to get us, trying to hold us hostage so you can get toilet paper. Is that what you're talking about, Chrissy? Was you one of those people? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. People like you, oh, it's so annoying. You shouldn't have never told on yourself. That is so hilarious. So you knew the schedule. I couldn't figure out. Tell me something. How did you guys know the schedules of the trucks? When we would arrive, when we would be there? Like, were you asking the store managers? Because we could not figure out how you guys know or would know what time we were going to make these deliveries. Like, maybe you guys were watching or something, or saying, okay, one day I see the truck is going to be here this time, and the next day, whatever. But we couldn't figure that out, because I know I couldn't. There was one Costco that I was always going to, and there was this same lady there every day when I pulled up and stuff. And then one day I was a little bit behind, and she had the audacity to say, she said, you're running late. I've been waiting for you. What took you so long? I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I never forget that. She said she was waiting. Okay, yeah, the manager would tell us. Yeah. And we used to ask the managers, hey, are you telling these people what time? They was like, oh no, that's confidential. It says, I was desperate for tissue, laugh out loud. Now you tell me, when COVID was over, Chrissy, what did you do with all that toilet paper? Do you know a lot of people was trying to return the toilet paper back to the stores? And a lot of the stores was putting up signs. What were you doing with all the toilet paper, sweetheart? That's all I want to know. Because I still, to this day, can't understand what did toilet paper have to do with COVID, because I don't think nobody had the runs or anything. Like, people just feared that they were going to run out toilet paper or something. That toilet paper thing really had me. It says I was desperate for tissue. It says I only brought enough for the time. Oh, okay. There were some people was buying it and was jacking up the price and stuff on it. That toilet paper that was a thing. It was the toilet paper, it was the Germex, and it was water. Besides, but those were the main three things that people were buying, and they were just like trying to jack the price up. Yeah, because it made the news. I think it was some people that had went and had rented a warehouse and had bought so much Germex, was going around all the states with like a U-Haul just loading all of the Germex. And I don't know what they were going to do with the Germex, but they just had a warehouse that just was overstocked with it. It was crazy though. It says never brought more because I knew others needed some too. Yeah, that's the way you got to look at it. That's the way I was looking at it too. And you know, one good thing that I remember about the COVID that a lot of people were doing for us, when we went to a lot of shippers and receivers, they had goods for us. Like, they would give us like water if we needed it, because a lot of stuff we couldn't get through because we was busy delivering. People would have like boxes of granola bars, just non-perishable food for us. That we was able to get. Even our companies, they had masks for us, so we didn't have to worry about the masks and stuff. We had those. They had gloves for us, boxes of gloves. So, you know, a lot of the community did pitch in with the COVID and, you know, and helped us out on some things. Yeah. But it was tough for us sometime at first, and then they had to start putting stuff aside for us, because when we had downtime and we wanted to go get items or things or went to the stores, There was no water, you know, there was no Germex, there was no gloves. And we said, wait a minute, we're making the deliveries, but everybody is buying it up. You guys are going to have to fix this so we can have some items. And then they went ahead and then they took care of that. So yeah, Chrissy, yeah. So yes, they did. They took care of that. So, you know, I was happy about that. But no, not to be rude, I do not miss that COVID run. That was a tough run right there. And they was running us hard too. We, you know, we had exempts. We was able to just continue to go. We had to deliver to the hospitals. That was a high demand, you know, oxygen machines and all kind of medical supplies, and they needed so much. It was a sad situation at the same time because so many hospitals was overcrowded. It was a mess. To even think about a lot of it is kind of depressing, you know, as I think about it. Yeah. Yep. Delivering at hospitals. We was going to jails. We were just all over the place, just delivering. And it was just a caravan. It was just non-stop. The military was on. We were just everywhere. Anybody that had trucks or that was able to push freight, getting it to people, and water, toilet paper, and alcohol. I know Germex is alcohol, but I'm talking about like just rubbing like alcohol that's in the bottle. That was another big issue too. Like, I just didn't understand the alcohol. I think, you know, people were making their own concoction of disinfection. Because, you know, another thing, Chrissy, that you couldn't find, I don't know if you remember, Lysol. I don't know if you remember that. You could not find Lysol anywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, it was insane. And then when they did put Lysol on the shelf, guess what? Somebody would come in there and buy them all. It was crazy. 80s baby, hello everyone. How are you doing, 80s baby? Welcome to the chat. I'm glad you were able to join in. We've been here about 30 minutes. I just decided to jump on here. I'm going to stay no more than about an hour. But, you know, a few people are bouncing in and out. Kyla Shannon, this is, I have to go. I will see you later because I have to clean. Okay, Kyla, well, thank you for dropping in. I thank you for coming in and hitting that like button and staying with me and chatting with us for a while. So anybody that have to go, I understand that, and I really do appreciate you coming in. You staying the time. How are you doing today? Okay, Kyla, see you later. Thank you. So 80s baby, how's it going for you today? We were just chatting about the COVID, how we couldn't understand what was going on with the toilet paper thing. Like toilet paper, it was like a frenzy. Like people just had to have toilet paper. So we was discussing that. And I was saying the main things that was hard to get was toilet paper, of course, alcohol, water. It was just certain things. And you know what? I do not miss that COVID at all. That, I thank God that is so over with. That was so sad. It was just sad. It says, oh yes, ma'am, it was a mess. Honey, it was beyond a mess. I was telling Chrissy that it was people at the stores in the back, like if you delivered like at Costco's and the big warehouses place and Sam's, there were people that knew our schedule, 80s baby. They knew when we were going to arrive. They knew when we were coming in with the product, and they were just like, I'm not gonna say attacking the trucks, but man, there was police. They had to get people from back there. It was buck wild, and I do not miss that at all. Hi, Diane Wilson. How are you doing? It said, hi, girls. Just got home. Seeing you on. Oh, I appreciate that. We haven't too long been on here, about 30 minutes or so, a little bit over. It was raining. Diane, I had taken a nap and I got up and I said, you know what, let me go live and see who would pop in. And I just realized it was a Friday, and I know Friday a lot of you guys gonna probably get ready, and it's still early, probably gonna go out to dinner, be with your family and friends and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys stopping on in on a Friday, just spending some time with me. It says, are you still? Yes, I'm still in Texas. I was just telling them I'm down at in the Laredo area. 80s baby, yes, in Laredo. And if you guys, anybody familiar with Texas, if you know where Laredo is right as far as you can go, right down to the border, right across Mexico. You can, we got a terminal / hub, truck hub there, my company, because that's where all the freight come in and out, and we bring it. You can literally come out of our terminal and do a backflip about 4 times maybe. No, I'm just exaggerating. I say about 5 miles, and you'll cross that line right over into the border, over into Mexico. If anybody's familiar um, about Texas for Laredo, so that's where I'm at. Yeah. So it gets busy for the weekend. A lot of freight comes there, and we take it all over. It can be whatever coming from Mexico. So yeah. So 80s baby, it says, oh my brother. Oh, it says my brother's a truck driver too. He is in New York at the moment. Okay then, cool. So he runs the East Coast. When you talk to your brother, you tell him, you say, Yolanda salute you. Boom. You have to know that East Coast. You have to know where to park, especially on the weekend. It's a Friday. And he's down there. I'm thinking to myself, if he ain't shut down now, where is he shutting down, and where is he going and picking up out there? I used to run that area, but I got so sick and tired of fighting, trying to find somewhere to park, that I said, you know what, I'm tired of this. Yeah. So I salute anybody to run the East Coast. I'm talking about deep East up in that way. Yeah. Tell them keep on grinding. And some people like running up in like New York, New Jersey. They like up in those areas. And I don't know why. Like people like running the West Coast. I like the Midwest and the South. Keep me in that region and I'm good. I get very upset when the planners of my company, because over here where I'm at, I've been with my company, you might as well say 17 years. My anniversary is coming up. 17 years I've been over here. So I've ran over the road. I've done regional. I've done dedicated. I've done local. I've done long haul. I've helped. We got every account from Costco's, Home Depot, Walmart, Target. I can go on and on. We just got about every account, and I think I've ran every account just helping them out. Because even though you're on the road, you can go and you can help. And that's one thing that I like about my company, because we are a large carrier. So therefore, you can switch, because we also have different divisions too. We got flatbed, in case anybody in the chat, we have flatbed, we have dry van. That means that it's not wet, it's non-perishable. And we also have a reefer, meaning a refrigerated unit. And I'm quite sure if your brother's a truck driver, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, 80s babies. So yes, we have a refrigerated unit. And then in the Rocky Mountains, we have doubles and triples. They run up in the Rocky Mountains. They don't run down in this area. But we got a lot of different divisions and a lot of different accounts that if you ever want to, drive, age is really no factor. I think you have to be 23, 25. I have to look it up. It's been a while. But as long as is at that required age and you come on, and they have truck driving schools. A lot of companies have truck driving schools like us. If you decided to work over here with us, you can come aboard. You can call Recruiter, the 1-800-RECRUITED, and tell them, just give them your information over the phone. And what they'll do is they'll run your background. Long as your license is good, meaning you have no tickets, no warrants, or whatever, you have to have a clean license. Just like if you're trying to get a credit card or get a house or a car loan, it has to come back because of DOT insurance rules and regulations. So they can tell you that right then and there. You call them, you give them your first, last name, your information. They'll just run it, what they call a DAC report, and background from your license, and then it'll come through. And then it depends on what's there. A parking ticket might not be too bad compared to if you got a speeding ticket. But I think they even make exceptions if you pay those tickets off, and I think as long as you don't have any warrants and you're up to date. And then if anybody that's bilingual, that can speak multiple language, especially Spanish. We also have a terminal that's in New Mexico. It's called Transmex. So anybody that's here that's Spanish speaking and that can speak Spanish well and English, and you want to not only work for us in the corporate in the office, you can also go and work at our Transmex, but you have to be, I think, bilingual. I'm not bilingual myself, so it doesn't work for me. But yes, I think even just driving, any job, even if you work in an office, I think if you can speak multiple languages, to me, that's a plus. And it don't just have to be Spanish. If you can speak Arabic, if you can speak, French or or just, you know, whatever. I met a gentleman. He was from, was it Kenya? It might have been Kenya, somewhere over there. But I met people from like South Africa, different places. And it's just mind-blowing. Do you know some of these gals and guys, they can speak 4 and 5 different languages without skipping a beat? I was at one of our hubs, and it was a guy sitting at the table. I was in Lancaster / Dallas, Texas, and he was from where was he from? Ethiopia is where he was from. Ethiopia. And I see you 80s baby, yes ma'am. He was from Ethiopia, and he was on the phone, and he was like whatever, right? And he was just speaking. And so when he got done, he started speaking to me in English, how you doing or whatnot. Then somebody called him on the phone, and he started speaking. And I was like, yo, man, I was like, where are you from? And that's what he told me, Ethiopian. And I was like, how many languages can you speak? He goes, oh, I speak 4. And he just started doing the different languages and stuff. And I had no idea what he was saying, but I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Yeah, a lot of people from different places, they're so blessed. Do you realize what a blessing it is to be able to speak just not only your language, but other languages too? That is a blessing. I see you, Bo 14 Life. Hello. She said, hello, everyone. I was in your live this morning, half sleep while I got up. And I see you had your silent, Bo 14 Life. And so I got up, and you know, I told you every morning when I get up, if somebody is live, I try to go in, and then I'll stay there a few minutes, then I'll drop off, and I'll try to go to somebody else, because it takes me over an hour to get myself ready, because I'm slow like that. And so I was able to check you out for a little bit this morning. I appreciate you stopping by and showing me some love. And then later on, I'll try to stop in different people's. That's how I show my support, because by me driving most of the majority of the time, I try to show my love. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate you too. I really enjoyed it. There was 4 people in there. They was chatting here and there. Then more came in as I left, because I popped back in for a minute, and then I popped back out. Every time you have your silent, Bo, I'll try to pop in. You know, sometimes it's for 10, 15, however long I can stay, as long as I support you some way, shape, or form. You know, I'm gonna try to support you every chance I get, you know, because you show a lot of love, and you support a lot of people, and you're just sowing a seed. And the more you continue to sow, the more God is gonna continue to bless you. So trust and believe. You know, I thank you for it, and I see it, I recognize it. Yes, I do. So yeah, we were just sitting up here, I was myself talking, because if you guys watch any of my videos and see, I bet y'all have realized by now, I bet y'all have been saying like, doggone, Yolanda can talk. Yes, I can, okay? I'm what my husband used to say, I'm a motor mouth, boy. I run my mouth, boom. If you ever need somebody to talk, Yolanda is the person, because I'm going to keep a conversation going, even if ain't nobody listening. I don't care. Yep. It says, Bo for Life, I received that. Yes, ma'am. She's laughing. But if you know Bo for Life, or anybody that watch any of my videos or seen any of my chat, if y'all ain't picked it up by now that I love to run my mouth, I don't know what y'all waiting on. Okay? I have no idea what you're waiting on, because this is Yolanda. Because I was at the terminal one time, this dude, I was sitting down there talking to him, and he just kept staring at me. He listened to me the whole time. And when we got done talking, guess what he said? He said, dang. He said, I was wondering when you was going to take a break. I was like, oh my gosh. He said, whoa, you can talk. So I guess it's shocking for some people. Chrissy said, me too. Yes. 80s, baby. Yes. I'm telling you, my husband, you know what he used to tell me? He used to say, take a breather. Breathe. Because, you know, he calls me yo or yo. Breathe in, breathe out. He's like, come on, take deep breath, breathe in. Man, he would always just mess with me like that. So, yeah. Yes, the gift of gab is a blessing. You know, my mother used to say that same thing. That is so funny that you said that, Bo 14 Life. Yes, I've heard that so much. And then there's some people that's shy that don't talk, but I'm the type of person that, Chrissy, laugh out loud, get that. And then it says, Chrissy, yes. I'm the type of person that I would go in the room and everybody is shy or not saying nothing. I'm going to get that conversation going. I don't care. I'm going to talk about the butterflies and I'm going to make it out a whole topic. I don't care if y'all don't like it, if you ain't listening, because I'm going to tell a story about it. I'm going to say, oh, you know what? I was at the park yesterday. I seen this blue butterfly, and that butterfly was so beautiful. And then all of a sudden, there was a yellow butterfly. And people going to be looking at me like, oh, she crazy, but I don't care. It's better than y'all sitting up here ain't saying nothing. Because that's just how I've always been the talker in the crowd. Somebody called me on the phone. Drivers try to keep each other up sometimes, so we use the phone to connect. So what I do is, you know, my one buddy, we call each other road dogs. It says, yep, me too, Chrissy. Chrissy is saying that she's a talker too. So my one buddy called me the other day. He was like, what's up, Yolanda? I was like, what's up, dog? What's going on? He said, man, I had to call you. I was just telling Keith that, yeah, let me go give my road dog a call. Yolanda said, Yolanda going to keep me up because she going to get a topic and have a conversation, and she going to roll me down the road by 3 or 4 hours. That is so sad that I got that type of rep, that people call me because they say I'm going to get to talking and wake them up. I said, but you know what? I'm not mad at you. He said, yeah. He said, I called you. He said, because I know you going to wake me up. I said, man, what's up? And we got to talking. 3 hours later, he said, I done made it. He said, I knew you'd get me down the road. Because, see, I'll get a conversation started, and then I'll try to make it interesting, especially if you know that person and you talk to them. You know, I've just been a talker all my life. Christy said, yep, me too. Yeah. And some people get annoyed with people like us that talk a lot. I'm not going to change that at all, you know. Chrissy's, I love it. It says, you made my day. Yeah. Bold 14 Life. It says, you helped that man out. Yeah. So because you know what I'm saying, Bold 14 for Life, because trying to drive, I assume he was getting sleepy, and maybe the people he was talking to was boring and they couldn't keep him up. So he said, okay, I'm going to call Yolanda. Yolanda got a gab. Yolanda gonna get to talking. She gonna wake me up, asking me questions, talk about everything. I ask them about, hey, you know, if they got how the wife doing, how the girlfriend, how the kids, grandkids, whatever. We're gonna talk about everything, you know. Well, where you at, man? What side of the town you on? What gear you in, man? Because I'm here and there. That, you know, just keeping the conversation going. Man, what did you have for dinner? Any good restaurants where you at? How the weather looking? We're gonna talk. And then if I feel them getting sleepy or tired, I'm gonna get their attention because I'm gonna say something that's gonna annoy them. Like, say for instance, I got a buddy that's been going back and forth with his fiance. Congratulations, he know who he is. If he here, they're supposed to be getting married. So make a long story short is, and yes, I'm looking forward to that wedding. I hope you guys work it out. I'm not gonna get in nobody's business like that. But right now they was going back and forth, so he called me. So I said some stuff to him that stepped on his toes. He's about to fall asleep. I woke him up quick, fast, in a hurry. No, you didn't go there. I said, listen here, man. Don't put your business out if you don't want my opinion about it, you know. But I woke him up. So you can find ways of waking people up, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And it really helps if you're driving and you're on the road. It really helps. And if he is listening, I'm not quite sure. It's 3. Yeah, he might be in here, he might not. Sometimes he'll shine in or whatnot. I'm going to pray for you guys. You guys stay prayed up. Don't let the devil mess nothing up. You pray. That's the devil trying to mess things up. You know, when you're in a relationship with somebody and you start having conflicts or problems, that's the devil. I always tell people, don't allow the devil to mess nothing up if you can. You pray about it, because prayer will change things. You know, whether you're an atheist, if you believe, or you're a non-believer. Don't allow, even if you're a non-believer, don't allow nothing to take that joy away from you, period. It's not even worth it. Life is too short. You got people going every day, you know. Because I was on a girl's channel and she was talking about all the people that just passed away in the last week. Well, it was Malcolm Jamal Warner, because Bold for Life got a video on that. I checked that out. So if you guys get a chance, you can go to her page. She's got a video talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner, which he used to be on the Cosby Show. He passed away. He was with his family vacation. She has Bold for Life have a good video on that. So if you get a chance, check it out. The other person is not here, but they was also talking about Ozzy Osbourne. If you guys know him, he was the man that bit that bat off. You know, if you know, you know. He passed away. Then right after that, Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, he passed away. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. See, some of you guys might know who these people are, and some of you guys might not know who they are. You know, but if not, all you got to do is Google them, or you can look them up. You know. But you know, a lot of people is right now. You just go to a lot of pages that everybody just talking about different people. And another topic they're talking about, what's her name, Glorilla. That's the topic now. With a lot of people is making videos. Something happened when she wasn't at home or something like that. So yeah. So like I said, if anybody's in here, they want to connect. You want to go and to somebody's page. You want to watch their videos. Go right ahead. You know, that's what everybody is in here for. And, you know, I appreciate everybody stopping in, you know, showing me some love. Like I said, it's the weekend. I'll probably try to catch some people's live later. And I didn't notify a lot of people, and some people said they got their notification. And I really appreciate that, the ones that did stop in and show me some love. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. I'm going to shine off, see if anybody else come in. Who's still in here? Because even if nobody's in here, I'll find myself talking to myself. Somebody might pop in and pop out and stuff. Oh, Brittany, I am. So Brittany is still here. Kendra is still here. Okay, so we still got a few people here. I appreciate that. So I had seen a few people shine in and shine out. And at first, I didn't know if I was talking to myself. But either way, I will talk to myself. And then I say it's Friday. Oh, Chrissy is still here. Okay, Chrissy, I see you. I don't know if I was buffering or the live kind of went out. Sometimes it'll go out and it doesn't show me that it goes out. You guys would see it, and the only way I would know if you would say something. That's about it. I'm gonna flip this around and let you guys see some. It was raining. Hold on. So that's where I'm at. I'm just at the truck stop chilling. If you see that truck there, that truck is getting weighed. For you guys that don't know, I think 80's baby brother know. She probably know because her brother's a trucker. So when we pick up loads at a shipper or at a shipper, if the loads is over, well, me myself, anything over 35,000 pounds, we can only haul our whole truck and trailer 80,000. I'm not a heavy hauler or cattle hauler or cars. That's something totally different. I'm just talking about a regular 53-foot semi. So you'll see that CAT scale. A lot of trucks are getting on the scale. Once they get their load, they're making sure they are good to roll. And if they're overweight, meaning they are more than 80,000 pounds, they cannot roll with that. They have to take it back to where it came from, and then Bow 14 Life, 80,000. Whoa, that's a lot. Oh yeah, that's nothing, but we got heavy haulers that can haul up to over 100-some thousand pounds. Everybody's different. Well, you see, you know, so if their load is heavy, I mean, if their load is over 80,000 pounds, they have to go back to where they got the load from, and then they have to get adjusted all over again. Yeah, so that's what that is. That's what you see them coming off of the scale. And that's what they do. And Chrissy, it says, you know how on the freeway the bridges have the height. How do you know before you get to the freeway? Okay, so Chrissy, how do we do that is, our trailers, I'm speaking for myself, my trailer is 13.6. As I approach a bridge, it's going to give me prior warning way before. Now, I ain't going to lie. Some of the small towns, it might not give you warning until you get there. But you better break it down. But once you're driving, just about everywhere you travel, within a half a mile or a mile, I'm just throwing some numbers up there, it's gonna warn you. It's gonna say any trailer, truck, or whatever that's over, say for instance, if I'm coming up on a bridge and it's 12.6, it's gonna say any, you know, I'm 13.6, so anything lower than 13.6, I cannot fit under that bridge. So if I'm driving my truck right now, it's going to show me a sign that, and it's going to say the bridge that's coming up, it's going to tell me that bridge is 12.6. Guess what? I can't fit under 12.6, so guess what I got to do? I got to put my flashers on, baby. I got to either try to figure out a way to back up, get police assistance. I got to try to somewhere to turn around because I cannot fit under that bridge. And I know you guys have seen videos where semis that have tried, think that they can fit under a bridge, but they really can't. So like I said, I can't fit under that bridge. So guess what? I have to call police, back up, or try to find somewhere that I can turn around before I get to that bridge. But that's how we know, Chrissy. She said, I always wondered about that. Yes. They let us know ahead of time before we get there. But unfortunately, you have some drivers that don't believe it. You're welcome, Chrissy. You got some of them that don't believe that that's what the clearance is, you know, and it'll let you know. You know, in a lot of those areas that have low clearances and stuff like that, it is places like Chicago, like New York, like New Jersey. You know, you got a lot of those East Coast type of places that have very low clearances for bridges and stuff. So I try to stay out of those areas. Yes, I do. Because if you're a new driver and you up in some of those areas, you will get caught. You're going to have to call the police. You got a lot going on for sure. You got to be very, very careful. Yeah. So that's a good question. I don't think I ever had nobody to ask me that. But yeah, that's how we know. It gives us warning. It's just like if you ever see people traveling those big campers or RVs, the same applies to them. They are a certain length too. Some of those RVs are 15.2 or 13.12. It just depends on which one you have. And some of them have them hooked or hitched on the back of their pickup trucks, like a pickup truck that they're pulling. So they have to be careful too. A lot of them try to fit into different resorts because a lot of those they want to go and play golf. I seen one try to get up into a casino resort. Like he went through the front part, and he should have came where like semi parking and oversized RVs and stuff. And this man went in this. I know he had to pay over $100,000 for that RV. It was just like an RV bus. It was beautiful, and he thought he could fit the clearance. I think it told him that clearance had to be 9.8 or 8.9. It was very low. It was too low, and he went and trying to get under there and just tore the whole. Oh my gosh! I was like, he must got a lot of money to waste, because I'm thinking to myself, either something's not right with you, or you should be able to realize that you cannot fit under there. You should just loop and come around. And I've also seen people that have RVs and trucks that have tried to get in some of the Walmarts, shopping centers. I don't know if you guys travel or where you live. There's Walmart shopping centers that actually have a little yellow pole. It's a little yellow pole, so when you turn, cars can get in there, but trucks and RVs, they don't want on the lot. So they'll put these yellow poles to block you from coming in. Let me turn this back around. They'll put these yellow poles to block you from coming in there, so you can't fit. And the reason why they don't want you on their property is because they're cement, they're concrete, and a lot of people don't understand this. The weight of a truck, me fully loaded to capacity, I'm 80,000 pounds. That's full muscle. If I need to come, I'm going to tell you how a truck, if you don't know about it. I'm driving, I'm at 80,000 pounds, packed to the rim. And I'm going full speed. If a car jump in front of me or something going up in front, it takes two. Not one, two. Some cases almost three, depending on the weather. But two for sure. Baseball fields. Okay, I'm talking about you to come to a complete stop. That's if I don't jackknife first. So a lot of people don't realize that we can't just stop on the dime. It don't work like that, especially if I'm going full speed. If I'm going full speed and all of a sudden traffic come to a halt, and if I'm not paying attention, guess what? I can cause so much, we'll make the 5 o'clock news. If I'm not focusing, if I'm busy texting or on my phone or distracted and traffic has came to a complete stop, guess what? Lights out for all of us. That's why as a semi driver, you have got to pay attention to these roads. Distractors is a no-no out here. You have got to focus. Because you could be traveling and traffic can be going just fine, and all of a sudden traffic just came to a halt. You got to allow yourself time. If you're 80, you fully loaded, you got to allow yourself time to stop. You don't want to just push those brakes. You can, your brakes can lock up on you, they can fail on you, they can catch on fire. You got a lot going on. So you need to be able to stop in time. Because you sure don't want to go crashing into nobody. That's a whole nother story right there. Because you skip and go and you going straight on down. Ooh, Lord, that's not good. So yeah. So like I said, one day I'm going to start doing little videos and explaining. Or what I'll do one day is when I do a live, not today, but I'll pick a day and I'll kind of let you guys know ahead of time. I'll pick a day where I'll go ahead and do a live. And with that live, you can come in for those that are not truck drivers, but my fellow truck drivers know about it. Where you guys can come in and ask me some questions about like Chrissy just did when she asked me about the bridge. She always wondered about that. Just like Bow for Life, when she was saying 80,000 pounds, whoa. So a lot of people don't know this. Like parking, how much we pay for parking, showers, how much we pay for the scale them loads. All of that costs money. Fuel. Matter of fact, I did another interview with an owner-operator. I'm going to put all of that up too. It says that's going to be a good Q&A. Yes, that's going to be a good live Q&A. Yes. And a driver friend of mine was telling me to do a video like that. He says, hey, Yolanda, why don't you do a Q&A so people can ask you questions about trucking that does not drive a truck. Like, for instance, we have what they call an 8-hour clock, 11, a 14, and a 70. Our 70-hour clock is what we start with. We start with 70 hours for the full week. We can drive by law. We can drive up to 11 hours a day, but we have to drive 8 hours. Before our 8 hours were up, we have to take a 30-minute break. We have a 14-hour clock for that day, meaning that allows us to go to shippers to get loaded and unloaded. It's so much to break down. A lot of people don't know that. And in my truck, because when my truck is set, I could drive up, if I run my full 11 hours out, I could drive 640 miles per day. But at the end of the week, if I run my 70-hour clock out, I got to take a 34 restart. It is so much to explain when it comes to trucking. And a lot of people think we're just in these trucks just driving up and down the road. No, it's a lot to it. It's a lot. Like I said, I'm going to do a live, so you guys can ask different questions, like with the bridges and our hours. And, when we get home, every driver is different. And so I would love to do something like this. So I'm going to set that up one day. But yeah. So like I said, I appreciate you all coming in. And I'm not going to stay. I'm going to go ahead and get off because I am going to go and check out a few other pages, a few more content creators. I want to catch up with some other stuff. I still have some paperwork to do. I just decided to drop in for a minute just to see how many people would, if anybody would pop in. I didn't even tell anybody that I was going live. I wanted to see who was going to get notifications. Okay, Tony, yo, man, what's up? I was just saying that I just got up. I've been live about an hour, just decided to pop in and go live. Forgot it was a Friday. I thought it was a Monday. And I didn't tell anybody, didn't say, hey, family members. And I had a couple of family members that was in here earlier when they shined out. But everybody so far said they got notification. Tony, did you get a notification that I was live? Whoa, did you? Because I know Chrissy did. It says, so happy I saw you live. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, Chrissy, you got notification, right? Bow for Life, did you get notification? And what about you, Tony, yo, man? Did you get notification that I was live? Who all got notification? I'm curious. It says I did not get notification. Wow, see, that's what I've been hearing with some of the other lives. Okay, Chrissy, okay, Chrissy H, she got notification. Bow for Life, if you still in here, did you get notification? I wonder, did she leave? Because I'm curious. Well, it says I did not. See, that is so weird. And this is what, I don't know how to fix this. Like, Tony, yo, man, Bow for Life, anybody can tell me, Chrissy, do anybody know how I can fix this? Why is it some people get notification and some don't? So, like, I mean, Because I don't get notifications for some people lives or when they put out a new video. It says I didn't get notification. Okay, that's Bold for Life. So I'm just trying to figure out, is this a glitch, or does it happen to other people that you don't get notifications? Like Bold for Life or Tony Yo Man, Chrissy, is there any other pages that you watch that you didn't get notification for? I'm curious. Because I know there's a couple of times that I didn't get notifications for like Tony Yo Man, or I might not get them for you, Bold for Life. So it just varies. And then sometimes, you know how I find out some people live? I just happen to scroll through and boom, I'll see they're live. I'll see that they're live. It says, Chrissy, I have notification on all for you. Okay, I appreciate that, sweetheart. Yeah, Bold for Life. It's hit or miss with notification. Bold 14, you are absolutely right. Because that happens to me. Matter of fact, Tony Yo Man is in here. The other night, because I was waiting for him to push out his video. Because like I said, I normally, right now I'm shut down, but I normally be rolling. So for the last week, I've been shutting down early, which is a good thing for me. So he did a video, and his video, he had already put it out 35 minutes, and the only reason I knew his video was out, I was just on YouTube just scrolling, and then I seen his video. I'm like, I didn't even get a notification. So like you said, there's that rain coming again. Like you said, it's just a hit or a miss. It is just pouring down. Watch this. Pouring down. Yeah, it's a hit or a miss. So yeah, and that's what I'm starting to notice. It is definitely a hit or a miss with the notifications. And I normally try to alert people and say, hey, I'm gonna go live or whatever the deal is, or hoping they would get the notification. But like I say, Bold 14 Live, it says, right, that's how I saw you. I strolled and saw you were live. Yeah, and you know, a couple of times, Bold 14 Live, that's how I found out you were live. Like this morning, so I had notifications for some other people that were live or they had put out videos. And your name, of course, you're in my list because I got my list. So there's certain people that I'm going to go to their page regardless. And there's some that I just, I can't get to. That's another story. But anyhow, so you was not lit up for whatever reason. But so when I went to go scroll on YouTube, I see you was there. And I went back and I'm like, wow. I didn't even get a notification that she had the silent. I don't know if it's because your silent was already there. So I don't know. It's just weird how YouTube operate. It's just weird. Very, very weird. And that's how I find a lot of people that are live. And that's how I find a lot of people that just put out their video. And that's another thing I want to ask somebody. I put out a short video yesterday and it still hasn't uploaded. And I did a live yesterday and it just got uploaded today. Does that happen to anyone else, or is it just me? Is anybody in the chat can answer that for me? When you put out a video, does it, like today, but it won't show up until tomorrow evening sometime? Like, somebody explain that to me. And then what is YouTube talking about? Okay, Jolia Legacy, she put up a post and she said that YouTube has got something new going on, but she's confused. You'll have to go to her page on her post and look at it. Something about we can't look at people live or post to lives or something like that. Like, I really don't understand about that. I'm going to have to check it out. Has anybody heard anything about these new rules and stuff? So Tony, yo man, what do you mean by it used to? Oh, you said it used to happen to you. So Tony, yo man, like when I put up a video, like when I went live yesterday, when I was at the hub, when there was a few people in there with the dogs. So I put that video up after we got done, and it just got pushed through a few hours ago. That's almost 24 hours. Does it normally take that long? And what could be the reason? Is it mine? Internet, is it some what would cause a video to take 24 hours to upload? when the video was only about an hour and a half. That's what I get so confused on. And I put out a short video to be uploaded this morning, and it still has yet to show up. I keep looking for it, and I can't even find it in my video archive. It's like the video just disappeared. So I get so confused sometimes, you know? So yeah. So if anybody can answer any of that for me, because I don't know what to say about that. But yeah. I have no idea. And then I'm curious about other people when you upload. Does people have a problem where it takes a while for their videos to upload, or is it just me? You know? Like, I mean, you upload a video that's only an hour and a half. Why is it taking 24 hours to upload? Like, good gracious. Like, that just makes no sense to me. You know? Makes none whatsoever. So, it's what it is, though. And like I say, I'll keep repeating myself. I appreciate everybody taking the time to stop in. And this is what I'm doing. And I'm glad I'm not rolling. I always say it, I'm normally rolling until like 11 o'clock. We got Riding Along with Dan. Hey, you, what's up? Hey, Dan, what's up? You getting ready for that vacation, you and the wife, to take off and have a good old time? I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you hit that like button, Dan, when I came in. When you came in, it said, wow, yes, it's raining. I told them that I was at the truck stop here because I shut down. Normally, I'm rolling till 11 o'clock at night at least, Central Standard Time. But I'm shut down because my load, I delivered a load already, and my other load, it doesn't pick up until tomorrow. And I'm down here right at the border. I'll be getting a load, heading out with it. Where are you? I'm in Laredo, Texas, right at the border. Like, I can throw a rock over in Mexico. I'm right at the border in Laredo. We have a hub down here. There's a lot of companies have hubs down in Laredo. You know, that's where we wait for Transmex, because we have a hub down there. It's called Transmex, and they bring a lot of our freight from over the border over there for us. So yeah, and of course, yes, it is coming down out here pretty bad. Yes, it is. So I was asleep. I took a nap, but it was raining and thundering so hard. I woke up, and then I want to ask you. I was talking to some of the people, and a lot of the people said. They did not or were not getting notification. Did you, Dan, Riding Along with Dan, did you get a notification that I was live? I'm just curious. Because sometimes, Dan, when you go live or you get videos out, I don't get notifications. The only time I find out sometimes, Dan, is I just come to your page to say, hey, I'm just checking in and see what's going on with you. It's weird with these notifications. Sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't. Yeah. So some people said they're getting them. It says, no, I just found you. Oh my gosh. You're like 1, 2, 3. You're like the third or fourth person that said that you just happened to find me. What is up with these notifications? And I told Bo for Life 14 that I didn't get a notification when she went live this morning when I was getting ready. I just happened to find her too. So I'm thinking it's something with YouTube. Anybody got any suggestions what we should do? If we're not getting these notifications, should we reach out to YouTube or what? It says it was meant to bear. Okay, Dan, I see you. Yeah. Well, I don't know. This is weird, though. I think everybody... Now, there was a few people that said that they did get a notification. So they got notification. And then there is half of you guys. Half of you guys got it and half of you guys did not get notification. So, you know, it's what it is. And I just don't understand it. But it's all good. Because I'm going to still find everybody. Because you guys are all locked in my little corner over there. And I got mine set up different. So what I do is, it'll light up. I don't know if you guys is light up different colors and stuff. Tell me when you guys are live when I do get notification. But what I do is, I still check on your pages in case I miss something. you know, for people that I have been following for a good little while and stuff like that, I'll just scroll by your page and say, let me see, because you know, Dan, you put up content, so I'm gonna always catch something of yours, and if I miss it, I can catch one and go back and forth. Sometimes I get a little bit behind because I try to, you know, show everybody a little bit love. So if you don't see me on one of your areas, you're gonna see me on the other ones. So yeah, and that's how I tell everybody. That's how I share and try to show everybody. We got we got Pastor Christina. How are you doing? It says, hello sis, just finished my night prayer, about to go to sleep, but I came to give you a thumbs up. Love you sis, and God bless you. Love you too. See you and your husband there. The pastor, you guys, well, when you were live, I had stopped earlier, Pastor Christina. Sister Christina, I was working today, sweetheart. And so what I was doing is I stopped in between to catch up on a lot of my comments and just to catch up on some stuff, and then I go in and I'll pop out real fast, and then I have to keep driving. But now I'm shut down, and for an hour I just decided to go live, and it's Friday, and I'm glad people did stop in. Dan, it says, I'm out. Going to Chick-fil-A. Have an awesome weekend. Be safe. Love the channel. I appreciate your support, Dan. Come on back and see me, and whenever you guys are going on your vacation, you have a good time, Dan. You and the wife and the son, you guys enjoy yourself. Kick your feet up. Alrighty, and thanks for stopping by and giving me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Sister Christina, I'm so glad you're here. What time is it out there where you're at? Says heavy downpour. Yes, it is. I am at a truck stop. I don't think you've ever joined any of my lives, but so what I do is I'll face the camera around. Like, I'll turn it my way. Hold on, let me turn. So here I am. Hello, everybody. In case you guys don't know who I am, it's Yolanda. I'm here. So I like to turn the camera around when I'm at the truck stop so everybody can see just the trucks go by. And then, of course, it's raining now. But I decided to say, hello, it's Yolanda. Y'all know I say the same thing, everything. Hello, it's Yolanda. So, but for those of you guys that have never joined my live, when I'm at the truck stop, I'll flip my camera around and just talk and read the comments. So, Sister Christina, I'm going to flip it back around to let you guys see. Yeah, it's a heavy downpour. Be safe, sis. Yes, I will. I really appreciate that. Yes. I'm shut down for today, so I'm not going to be moving anymore. My load picks up tomorrow. So I'm just going to relax, take it easy. I'm going to watch a little TV. I'm going to try to catch up on some content and show some people some love. Okay, Sister Christina, Pastor Christina. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you stopping by. I know you and your husband are very busy. You're trying to spread the word to everyone, and I love your work. God bless you, and keep doing what you're doing, and keep praying about the church and the land. I see you put up the video. I did share that with all the information. So anybody that's in the chat, Sister Christina, or she's a pastor. I call her sometimes Pastor Christina, or Sister, her and her husband, and they are trying to get some land. They are trying to build a church for, because you're not in South Africa no more, Sister Christina. You are in Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. Did you? Uganda. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Kenya. Yeah. So that is South Africa. Duh. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm getting everything mixed up. So she is in Uganda, you guys. So if anybody would like, her page, her information, it's all there. If anybody want to donate, if I'm not mistaken, I think she has a link. Yes, in her page, she always have a phone numbers, in case you guys were wondering. All the beautiful children. If you see some of her videos, I love, and she has a beautiful voice. Oh my gosh, she has this song called God. Oh, she got so many songs, but she has a beautiful voice. She sings. Her and her husband do a lot for the children in the community. Her daughter just graduated from, what was the name of the university again? It was I don't remember offhand, but it was so beautiful. Her daughter just graduated from the university. I was so proud I had to post that because her daughter, I was jumping up and down like it was my daughter. I was like, yay. It was so funny though. There it is for Gula University. Yes, her daughter just graduated. And then both of their daughters were bridesmaids. Her husband put that up, and I love the girls were dancing. They're so beautiful. Oh, that was so beautiful. She has some good content over there. Yes, she does. Yes. So if you, like I say, anybody in the chat that you want to connect with, Bold for Life, Bold 14, she has some great stuff over there. Sister Christina, you are welcome. And so hopefully, you know, like I say pray about it. If you have, you know, you are the pastor. I'm not telling you. If you have just a mustard seed, just a mustard seed is all you need. And if anybody know how big a mustard seed is, a mustard seed is not that big. God could work miracles. God can change some things. And even for you atheists, if any are in here, non-believers, whatever, hey, I'm not mad at you, whatever. At the end of the day, there's always a higher power, whether you want to believe it or not. You, in my opinion, you think you got up by yourself this morning, but the truth be told, trust and believe. I ain't gonna go there because I don't want no debate. But what I'm saying is, I told her, I said, if you really believe, like I know she does, because I believe in miracles, just, you know, turn it over to God. And he can fix it. And I told Sister Christina, I said, you know what, Sister Christina? I said, what you can do, I said, you pray that you never know. It could be maybe someone that's really wealthy that can afford. Somebody could donate the land. Somebody can buy it and donate. God works in ways that you will not believe. I know people say, okay, well, what about all the bad stuff? People dying. You know, there's going to be good and bad. You know, like you got to remember, Satan was up. He got kicked. I'm not the pastor. Don't get me to preaching up in here because I know a little something, you know. So it says we are remaining with the balance of 80,042. Okay, so so I said, yes, sister, people are donating. So far they have donated $358. Okay, so I see it all there. I'm quite sure people in the chat, if they choose, they can share it. And I know people is coming on there to the page because I've seen the link. Everything is there. It says, amen, you are preaching well, sister. See, I don't have the credentials you have. I can only preach what my grandmother and my mother taught me because they are very, very religious. I grew up in a religious household. That's why when I join in with you, Sister Christina, I already know all the, the Bible, the verses and stuff, but I don't have the schooling, the credential like you and your husband would have. So nobody's going to listen to me because they're like, hey, you don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know there's a higher power. I know that. I'm not going to get into it, but I know somebody woke me up this morning. I know it wasn't me. Okay, I'm not going to even go there and get the preaching, but yeah. So it says, yes, they taught you well. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, but yeah, so the link is over there, and I've seen all the numbers. And like you said, my email, I don't know. I have one for my job, but that's separate, and I don't want to go there because it gets busy. But I'm trying to do another one. You got people be on these internets. That's a long story, and then with that that link that you had, I tried that, it wasn't working. Me rushing, Sister Christina, I'm gonna get all that together, and I'm gonna reach out to you in a different way. And I've already spreaded your information to other drivers. So now it's just up to them and the people, whether the donations come in fast or whether they come in slow. Just continue. I know you will, you and your husband, to continue to pray. Sister Christina, there might be someone that could be listening to us right now that can come on your page or see your video, and I've seen it done. They might buy the land out flat and give you you just don't know. Just continue to go the route that you're going, because you're doing a good thing, and I really appreciate what you and your husband, what you guys are doing over there. Okay, sister, thank you so much. We are praying, and I will continue to pray right along with you. Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am. We will continue to pray, and I will pray when I can. I know a lot of times I don't shine in over there, but my schedule. I think I've told you when I've been in your chats before. So yes, and I do appreciate you stopping by. And long as you keep the information up there, just keep it up there, Sister Christina. Sister Christine, everybody will see it when they come to your page. And then I see the videos that you put up and you talking about it, you explain it. I see the numbers. People are watching the videos. That's why they're donating. You know, you might say, oh, it might not as going as what you know, plan, but it's going to come along because you best and believe God is going to work it out. You know, he's going to make sure everything is well. That's for sure. So, yeah. So, again, like I said, I thank you. And then I see your husband's service. I see a lot of you guys service and what you do. But you guys, just because I don't, that I don't comment or don't say nothing doesn't mean I'm not watching or I don't see you. Oh, trust me, I have enough time to pop in. I can't watch all of your comment, all of the content, but I watch enough to support. Like if I pop in on your live and I'm just there for, you know, if I give you 10, 15 minutes, that's 10 or 15 minutes, you know, that I look at as better than not giving you nothing at all. And I'm going to stay subscribed and I'm going to share. I share a lot of your content. You know, I root you on. So, yeah, I'm going to try to do my part. Yes, I will, always. And I love that when you and your husband and talking, you're such a beautiful couple. And I just love seeing it. It just makes me smile. And then, like I said, if you guys get a chance, she has some awesome music. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Been very blessed because everybody can't sing. I know I can't hold a note. All I can do is talk and run my mouth 24/7. That's all I can do. Yeah. Thank you so much for the support. No problem. I'm going to always support. You know, that's what God wants us to do, support and help each other out. Like we say, YouTube, it's enough for everybody here. Enough for everybody to, you know, to grow, to support each other. There shouldn't be, you know, no chaos or nothing going on. Just support each other. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. You know, so yeah. So like I said, everybody that's in the chat, if you know, see anybody you want to connect with. And then I always tell people, go to my post. A lot of people do not go to the post because I actually be having y'all in the post and y'all don't even be knowing you in the post. Go to the post. There might be somebody there that you can connect with. Even if you don't like their content, they don't like yours. You know, everybody is different. We can't be upset because I'm not gonna lie, I'll go to certain people page and they put people in the post, they connect, I go to their page, it might not be content that I want to see. Like there was a page that I went to and the person, I'm not gonna say male or female, they had music on there and the music, oh my gosh, I thought this need to be rated X. What if you got kids coming on here? It was just too much for me and it was just not my cup of tea. So you don't have to subscribe to everybody. It's me. Hello, I see you. It's me. Welcome aboard. We're just chit-chatting. I'm glad you were able to come in and join us. Welcome. So like I said, if you go to my post I'm talking about, I don't know about anybody else's post. And so that's how I play favor too. If I can't really get to your channel or I missed it, I try to put people in my post. And I try to leave the post up there 24 hours, couple of days or something, so you could be seen. Because if I just keep putting people in there all day, you're going to get pushed out of the cycle. I want it to stay up there so when people hit my post, they can scroll down. And I think that's how a lot of people got connected. Not just my post, but a lot of people post, which is a good deal. I try to tag people. I try to figure out all type of ways to support. Like I said, one day I might go to It's Me. I'll go to her channel and watch like, you know, a whole bunch of her shorts and one of her videos. I'll go to Sister Christina page and I'll watch a whole bunch of her shorts and one of her lives. And then I'll go to Bold 14 for Life. I'll go over there and watch all of her shorts. And I might watch one of her older videos. You know, you can re-watch people videos too because it helps them out. Don't just wait for them to put out new content. You got to remember, go down their archive. They have old content too that's just as good as their new content. So I suggest watch all their older short videos, all their older longer videos. If you can, watch their their lives. I know some of the live videos can go 2, 3. I've seen live videos 8, 9, 10 hours. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you go in that person live video and I'm not quite sure, and you give it some time, they still get some type of credit for that. Even when a person is live. Like right now, let's say if Sister Christina, if Christine, if she was live and I popped in her live and I gave her a thumbs up, and if I'm there whatever amount of time, I'm still helping her. You know, it might not seem like it, but it does. You know, just any type of support. If it's 5-10 minutes of your time, if you can give an hour, 30 minutes, but it's so many people to support, and I know you'll be all day on YouTube if you try to support everybody you subscribe. I can't do that in one day, but I do fluctuate. Like I might get to 3 or 4 people this week, but I might not get to you for another week because now I'm rotating. That's the way I do it. I know everybody's got their own way. Okay, it says today one of your friends shared my post about donating. Wow, I was in tears of joy. The love that went felt. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. See, that's what I mean, sister. You know, you never know what a person to connect. That's why I put people in my posts, and I'll just let it flow through. And I've heard people, I got drivers friends that don't comment at all, but when I talk to them on the phone, they'll let me know that they seen such and such. Like I had 2 people that, like Bo in here, she's in here, Bo 14 Life. They said that they loved her content and they was asking me about like her purse. I said, look, y'all got to reach out to her. I don't know what to tell you about that. It's like, cause she has videos about like Louis Vuitton, different bags and all of that stuff. And I told them that just, you know, leave her a comment, and I'm quite sure she got more content, this and that, and, you know, asking me things about it. But yeah, it's amazing how people can connect just by seeing someone in a post. You know, it's really amazing. So we need to keep supporting each other. Tears of joy, yes. So it works. And if you get up and you can go to anybody's post, not all posts, because that's how I do mine, but just support each other the best way that we can. That's all I can say. And especially for us, because see, I work. I can work up to 14 hours a day. And I'm going to do a video, a Q&A, that people can ask me stuff, tell you how my job go. And, you know, and doing YouTube or any type of content, it looks very easy. But guess what? It is not easy. Doing YouTube is like a full-time job, because every day you got to find content. If you got a small channel, you're trying to get your channel to grow. You're trying to get people to watch, to support you. You need 4,000 watch hours. You can need over 1,000 subscribers in order to start doing anything. And a lot of that stuff is very hard to do, especially if you're not getting the support of the love. When you put out those videos, you're looking for the numbers to do so. You're trying hard. Yeah, now some people do content, they might not work, but some of us work, and some have a couple of jobs, because I know I'm working all day, and in between working, I'm trying to fit in content and support people. So I got 3 full-time jobs. I'm trying to drive, okay, along with trying to do my own content, and then trying to support everybody else. Guess what? I got 3 full-time jobs now, okay? And trying to sleep and get my rest, and then deal with family. That's a lot. And I remember before I started my YouTube channel, I used to look at people's content and I would say, oh my gosh, that is so easy. I can do that. But boy, was I fooled. Because when I started doing it, I said, whoa, this is not as easy as it looked. And for all the content creators, the small ones and the big ones, you can see. And then another thing, people try to connect with people that have a bigger following. Where I mean, like, you guys seen that video where I connected to Kirk. He's a gentleman that he's like an artist. You see where he wrote my name? That's a blessing. If you get any, and same thing with Tony Yeoman. Tony Yeoman, before I collabed with him, I didn't have the subscribers I have now. If you're able to collab, connect with anybody that's larger than you, the larger the better, they will put you out there. So now their people are coming to support you too. See, a lot of the people that I'm getting now, besides the one that I did the collab with Tony, Tony Yeoman, a lot of his people are supporting me. So that helps me. So then we have to sow a seed. Just like you know, like your grandma said, you came up, you got to sow that seed. You have to support somebody else. Like how I support, I put them in my post. I might mention them. I'll go to their page. I'll just watch I watch more and more of their videos. If it's a new content creator that's like, there's a gentleman that I just came across. He got 5 subscribers. You guys will probably see him on my page. I put him in my post. Go over there, show him some love. That's how we sow each other's seed, because, you know, you get out what you put out. If you don't put out nothing, you're not going to get nothing in return. But don't put it out looking for something in return. It's just like, you know, if you're in a grocery store and you're buying or paying for someone's food, you got to do that from the kindness of your heart, because that's something you choose to do, or maybe God put it on your heart. You must never give looking for a return. You must give from the kindness of your heart. Just like when you support people, don't support them because you're forced to support them. Don't support them because it's something you figure you should do. Support them because, hey, you say, hey, this is what I would want that person to do for me. I want to see that person grow. And it doesn't matter how big or how small, because I'm going to tell you how God works. Let me tell you my little story. Now, before the 2 content creators, we're talking about Tony Yeoman and Arverk. He's a French gentleman. So both of them, before those big content creators reached out to me, they both reached out to me. Because you know what I did? I reached out to content creators that are just like, no, that I'm saying just like myself, meaning I'm not racist, that are just my people, if you know what I mean. One gentleman, he had 50,000 subscribers. So I reached out to him and asked him, could I do a collab, or would he put me in his post? Yes, I asked him. Do you know what he did? He sent me laughing emojis back, and he said, yeah, right. And I reached out to another content creator that had, she had over 100,000 subscribers. And she sent back, Thomas, no thanks, Yolanda. And she sent me dead roses. Dead roses, like, you know, the emojis with the roses that are died, that are flocked over. I thought, okay, I got you. Then I reached out to 3 of them. I reached out to another one. She had like 40K subscribers, and she didn't even respond. Let me tell you how God works. Again, I always say, for the believers and the atheists, whatever, even let me tell you how good God is. God is so good that all 3 of them turned me down, and they laughed and they mocked me. 2 days later, I went to a page, and boom, look what happened. And even before that, I had did this before Tony Yeoman reached out to me. I had reached out to a couple of other content creators, because, you know, you want to you figure if they're bigger than you, they can push you out there and help you. You know, why not? No, some of these content creators does not want to be bothered with a smaller content creator. But God says otherwise. God said, hey, that's not true. Because he showed me, because look, when Tony Yeoman got with me and do that collab, that's one of my highest videos. One of my highest videos. By the grace of God, I thank God that he reached out to me. That shows you how God works. So if nobody is trying to help you, or you figure your family's friends or associates is not supporting you, don't worry about it. God got your back. Trust and believe. Your time to shine is coming. Just be patient. What that gospel song, what the Williams, is a gospel song, said, just hold on. God gonna see you through. Just hold on. And that's true, because, you know, people are gonna turn, and, you know, it's kind of sad when you reach out to people. They got to remember, they was once where we are now, where I'm speaking for. I don't have very many subscribers, but I thank God for what I do have, and I know by the grace of God I'm going to continue to grow. It said, it's me. It says you are telling the truth. Yes. You know, Sister Christine says, amen. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, amen. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm saying. You know, these bigger content creators, but 2 of them, Tony and then the other gentleman, Everett, he proved, I'm reading something, I'm sorry, somebody is study texting me and they know I'm live, and there we go, that's a family, and they know I'm live, but they're not in the chat, but they're busy texting me, like, duh. So, but I still love them at the end of the day. I guess they busy, whatever. So, you know, gotta have a way to, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I don't mean it like that, but hey, you know, you got to be careful how you treat people. You know, you put out what you get out. It's as simple as that. And you treat people accordingly. You treat people the way you would like them to treat you. Don't give out a dose. My grandmother used to say it's funny that a person can give out a dose of medicine, but you flip it around and give them 1 or 2 doses of their own medicine. How come they seem to have a problem? It's just like if you're in traffic and you're driving and you're trying to get over and you got your signal on and somebody cut you off, or they give you the bird and they flip you off because they don't want you to get over. But see, they're not realizing, let's flip the script. Put yourself in my shoes. How would you like if I cut you off and I gave you the middle finger? You wouldn't like it very much. It's funny how people can do stuff like that. It's just mind-blowing. But I see it every day. So, you know, like I said, let's just try to support each other as best we can. I know there's so many content creators that we are all subscribed to. I know we can't get to all of their channels, but let's do our best. And content creators, don't get upset if you haven't seen someone maybe in your live, if you haven't seen them on your page. Trust me, they could still be there and just not leaving comments, because you got to remember, just because a person don't have to show you love or support by leaving a comment all the time. I do like to leave comments on certain people's page just to let them know, hey, I tapped in, I showed you some support, I showed you some love. And there's times I'll go in there and won't leave no comment, but I did show them some love, you know. So we just need to continue to support each other the best way we can, because, you know, as many people as I'm subscribed to, like I'll say, like I tell you, there's no way I can stay up with all of those pages, but I do what I can, you know. And then I'm starting to go live myself. Live helps me out when I'm sitting like now and I have idle time. Let me flip this back around. Idle time. Going live helps me out. Live helps you in a lot of different ways. Yes, I truly understand and appreciate it. True, sister. Okay, Sister Christine. Yeah. So live helps me out lately. It helps you if you got a small channel like myself. Sometimes it'll help you to, you know, you'll gain some more subscribers. You also definitely, you're going to get that watch time. That's one thing about it. But when you go live, sometimes it takes those videos a long time to upload. I told them I went live yesterday, and I uploaded that video yesterday, and it just now came out earlier. And I try to keep my live. I wanted to do an hour, but I got the run in my mouth again. It's almost 2 hours now. But I don't care. As long as you guys is here for a moment, we're listening, we're talking. Anytime you need to shine off, that's fine. But I think we're all on the same page. It's all about supporting each other and being there for each other and helping each other the best that we can. That's all we can do, you know? So I'm going to continue to support, because I appreciate all the support. I can't thank you guys enough. You know, I'm going to keep putting out content. I'm going to try to stay as consistent as I can. And I'm going to still do my lives. I got a couple of videos that I've done some more interviews. You know, and I just pray about it and continue to go on. One day everybody that's in this chat, we're going to all have a million subscribers one day. You think we might get there? We might get there. I don't know. We're going to be like Jackson, like the dude. If you guys see him in my feed, in my, you know what I'm talking about, in my community post went out. I've been following that young man. He's got, what, 2 million subscribers or something. I remember when he didn't have that. See, that right there, that shows you God can make things happen. I always mention Be Love. I remember when Be Love didn't have not even 1,000 subscribers. Look at her now. She's well over 3 million. So anything is possible. We can grow. We really can. Yep, it's me. It says we will get there. Chrissy, she sends the heart. Yes, we will. Yeah, we will. We just got to continue doing what we do. Just don't give up. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's a lot of times where I'll be like, you know what? This is just a waste of my time. It's time consuming. People are not watching my videos. My subscribers is not moving. But as the old saying, like my grandpa used to say, you have to crawl before you walk. It's not going to happen overnight. But now you got those few people that have been lucky that will come on YouTube a couple of months. They'll just be blessed to put out certain content, and all of a sudden they'll just take off. And that every video they put out, people is watching it. And then they'll get all of their watch time. Believe it or not, within a couple of months, they're already at 3,000, 5,000 subscribers, and then they just go up from there. Sometimes some people are just lucky, blessed like that, whatever you want to call it. Some people end up, I've seen it happen to a few people, yes. And then I've seen people that come on YouTube and been on YouTube for years, and it's just stuck, you know. So to me, it seems like it's just a hit and miss. It's almost like if you go to Hollywood. Say, for instance, everybody in this chat, like, you know, like Sister Christine, we can sing. She's got a beautiful voice. I got a beautiful voice. It's Me can sing. Tony Yo Man can sing. You know, Bold can sing. We all can sing. And we all take a bus and we go to Hollywood and we are auditioning for American Got Talent. Now, you got to bear with me. All of us we could just sing, knock the boots off, right? So we all go up and sing. It's me. She sing her little thing. I sing my sing. Sister Christine sing. Bold sing. Everybody that's in this chat, Chrissy, Tone for Life, whoever's in this chat, we go to American Got Island. Now, do you actually think all of us is going to make it? I'm just saying. I'm not saying nobody's going to be left behind. We all got talent. We all got good. But we all might make it. But there's going to be one of us that's going to really knock the boots off. If I'm explaining it right. So what I'm basically trying to say is, yeah, we're all going. We're all building. We're going there. You know, I'm trying to say it might take some of us, like myself, it might take some of us a little bit longer than it took others. Like Tony Yo Man, you know, people love him, so you know he's been blessed. Some people are, you know, baskets are just really overflowing, and some, you know, it takes time to get it there. You know, so we just have to be patient. And some people don't have the patience. I do. I'm a very patient person. I have to be. I drive a semi, so you know I'm patient. I wish these four-wheelers would stop flipping me off, though, I tell you that. But beyond that, I try to be patient. And like I say, it's hard, though, putting out good content that people is going to like, that people is going to watch, people are going to share. They're going to come back and look at the video, not once, not twice, but they're going to keep looking at the video because they like it. Not that I'm trying to go viral. I don't know if you're trying to go viral. I'm not. I mean, if I went viral, that would be sweet. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to put out content that people really like and they appreciate. And they say, okay, you know what? I like that video that Yolanda put out. Whether it's funny, whether it's goofy, whatever it might be. That, you know. So that's the type of content that I try to do until I can find a study content. Like if I'm gonna go home and I'm just gonna be doing cooking, like It's Me. She cooks over there. They cook some good stuff. I'm not home every day, so I can't get up and cook, grits and scrambled eggs and do all of that stuff and make bacon because I can't do all that in a truck because my schedule, first of all, does not allow me to do that because I'm too busy rolling. I could give stuff from the truck content. I might could do some restaurants like I did the Popeyes chicken, the Church's chicken. But, beyond that, there's certain things myself that I'm limited to that I just can't even put out like I would like to put out. So I put out what I have. I put out what I have. So, like I say, putting out content is not easy at all. And especially if you're one of those content creators that got multiple pages and you got to go from YouTube to TikTok and all your 4 or 5 other pages. Like I remember Express Baskets and Gifts. She has extra pages where she put a lot of her merchandise up there. So, and whoever else have different pages. I don't have Facebook. I don't have TikTok, Instagram, and all of that. I'm barely trying to figure out this YouTube things. I can't throw in all those other pages now. That's just too much work for me. And work too? But just keep doing what I just suggest to everybody. Just keep on grinding. And we're going to all continue to support each other is all we can do. So, okay, we got Sister Christina. She says, thank you, sister. It says, I'm going to grab some sleep now. Oh, it's 3:30 a.m. there. Oh, wow. I forget about the difference in the time zone. Thank you for the advice. Very vital. I appreciate. God bless you dearly. I appreciate you too, sweetheart. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep that content up. and just keep spreading videos about it. And the more you spread it, and I would suggest, you know, the husband, you guys keep spreading it, and the more you spread, we're aware of it because I put it out there. I've told people, and people see. Just give it time. And I know you. I'm sorry, you are the pastor, so you know. So yes, I'm going to continue to pray and keep up in prayer to say, God, you know, that you be able to get that land where it's debt free. That's what I'm believing in, because as they say, I believe in miracles. So okay, well, have a good night, and I hope you get some rest, because I know you'll be back up. All righty, thank you, and thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so you know, hallelujah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, like I say, you know, when you're doing content or whatever, just don't give up. Because I'm not going to give up. I'm going to hang on. Now, there's times that I said I was going to throw in the towel. Good night from Africa. Okay, Sister Christine, she said good night from Africa. Boy, I'd love to go. I want to go to South Africa. I already told her that I wanted to go to South Africa, and she was over there. And she said she was living in South Africa. It's so beautiful over there. It's just beautiful. Yes, I have a friend that went over there and took some pictures in South Africa. Oh my gosh, oh, so beautiful, so beautiful. But yeah, so that's something else. But anyhow, one day I'll get down there. One day you have got to have passports, and I think you have to have measles, certain shots, and it's a lot of stuff that you got to get in order, and it takes time to get all that in order, and it's a long little process. But one day I'm going to get it together. I'm going to go down there, get me a surfboard, and just have myself be a beach bum and have myself some fun. Yeah. So like I say, just continue to support each other, you know, help each other out the best way we can. And there's people do all kind of different things, you know. There's, you know, I go and people, I'll super chat. Like if people have like some people you can super chat them. I'll do $5-10 something to donate that way to the person. There's some people had a cash app. I'll cash app them a few dollars. You know, $5-10. It's not much, but whatever way you can, because you don't know what material, like mukbangers. Some of them have to buy food every day just to do content. You know how much a 3-piece chicken costs you at the truck stop here? 3 pieces of chicken, 2 little bitty sides, and a biscuit and a drink. You coming out $16-17. You gonna give them a $20 bills. You gonna get a couple of dollars of change back. So imagine trying to do that every day. You know how much that costs you, that you're trying to eat just to do content. You know, and sometimes if you are a mukbanger, people will donate to you to buy. They'll say, "Hey, I'm gonna cash app you, or I'm going to what do they call it? Super chat you. You know, $50 because I want you to do a seafood mukbang." Or I want you to do Taco Bell or whatever. So sometimes people are generous. People are generous in all types of ways. And another thing, you being on these YouTubes and on these internets and stuff, you might luck out and there's models. I know a girl, because I have dreadlocks, right? Well, of course you noticed that. But there's a girl I used to follow. She's not on it. Well, she came and she did an update of a video. I'm not gonna put her because I don't know if she know, but I might share. We'll see. But come to find out, she's in Jamaica. So her locks, y'all, I feel people say I love you. Oh, her locks are just gorgeous. Okay. So I started off watching a girl by Lock Crush. I'm gonna put some names out there, but her name is Lock Crush. I started watching her. That's another story. There's so many people I can mention. So, but the young lady I'm talking about now, when I first started my lock, I have been locked now for 7 years. I got my hair locked. So long story short, I was following the lock community, because I was trying to find out, you know, about how the lock game and whatnot. I started following this young lady. So I followed her for some years, and all of a sudden I didn't see her no more. And then come to find out, she had did an update video. She got discovered by some modeling agency that's out there that want her, along with other lock people, that she takes pictures, they do her hair, and it's so beautiful. And now she's living her best life, just traveling, modeling. They pay for stuff. I've seen people get discovered, like to write books, self-made chefs that got the opportunity to become real chef, like get a license. You know, you don't know where this is taking you. You might come across, there's single people, they might end up meeting their soulmate here. I mean, you just never know what path you might cross on social media. Social media can be good and social media can be bad, but the goal is to get what you can get out of it. Whether you get discovered, as like, say for instance, like Sister Christine, her and her husband trying to build a church. You never know. I was telling her before she got off, wouldn't it be something if some really wealthy person just decide to buy that land for her and her husband and just donate it to them? Say, here, I bought the land, here's the deed to it, do your church, just keep me the progress, keep doing a good deed. You never know how God works. There could be someone on the social media, could be going through whatever. I've seen people go through things and life changed for them for the best. So that's why social media can be good, and sometimes social media could be something else. So I say you just try to make it work and just try to support each other. Try to push people names out there. When you're doing lives or you making videos, like it's me, she mentioned me. I don't know if Yo Tony Man is still in the chat, but Yo Tony Man, I don't know if you remember the video that it's me. She made a short video. It was either yesterday or the day before, and she shouted out me and she shouted out Yo Tony. She said, here's a shout out to Yo Tony Man and a shout out to Yolanda. I caught it right away. It just put a big smile on my face, and I said, you know what, thank you, sweetheart, I really appreciate it. That's her way of shouting us out. There's all kind of ways you can shout out a person. Jolia Legacy, she'll shout out names when she go on her post. She'll say stuff and she'll mention certain people's names. There's people make videos like Slim Shell. She'll make a video, and in her video she'll mention like me, or she'll just mention other people. She put a lot of people in her community post. So again, like everybody is they work differently. And there the rain goes again. I'm gonna flip it around, let you guys see the rain. Hold on. There, I wanted you guys to see it starting to rain again. So, like I said, you guys, but yeah, I'm gonna get ready and shine off here in a few minutes. It's almost at 2. It's and sometimes YouTube will start messing with you when it. Look at that heavy hauler. What is he hauling? What the heck? Look like he got some John Deere. No, that's not John Deere. I can't see that far. He's hauling something big over there. But he's see that heavy hauler, he's hauling, he can haul more than 80,000. He can haul like 100 and something. I forget what his weight is, because he's what they call a wide load, a heavy load. Some of them even have police assistance and stuff. He must got a flat tire or something going on over there, because he's that's a shop over there where he's in the service door getting service. If you guys can see that that big hauler over there. Look like John Deere tractor trailer, but I don't think it is. I can't see what it is. Is that farm equipment? It's something he's hauling. But anyhow, so like I said, just continue to support each other. And so you guys, I'm gonna let everybody go. We have been on here long enough. People have popped. I was trying to hang, hoping I would get 20 likes. But I'm at 16 likes, what I can see. Hey, I appreciate that. One day I'm going to come on here and I'm going to get 20, 50 likes, or I'm going to have 100 people on my live. I'm claiming that. One day I am going to go live. And you guys remember, I called it first. One day I'm going to shine on and I'm going to go live. And when I go live, all of a sudden people are going to pop in. And in that live, I'm going to have like 100 people. I'm going to have like 50 likes, 100 likes. One day it's a coming. I appreciate that, Chrissy. I sure hope so. But like I keep saying, of course we have to crawl before we can walk. That's just me manifesting that one day. Like I be manifesting, one day I'm going to be this big old YouTuber and I'm going to have like 1 million subscribers and stuff. But there's nothing wrong with manifesting stuff, Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with hoping and wishing and believing. So, like I say, I can go down the list. There's a lot of people that came in here. We had Chrissy H. She's been here the entire time. I do appreciate your support, hon. We got It's Me. She has been in here. We have Pastor, or some people, if you don't want to say Pastor Christine, you can say Sister Christine. She has been in here. She is over in Africa. You can go, anybody that's in here that's still here, you can check out any of these people's page. I'm scrolling down. We have Tony Yeoman that was in the chat, and I guess Tony popped in and he must have popped out. or he could still be here, but if he is, he's not saying nothing. And I'm just gonna scroll down before I tap off and name some of the people that was up in the chat that has been here, that supported me. We got Bold 14 Life. She came in and she supported, she hung in there and she chit-chatted with us for a while. Let me scroll down and then if I miss anybody, I do apologize. We had Riding Along with Dan. He came in and tapped in. Of course, Tony Yeoman, he's in there. Bold 14 Life. We got Chrissy up in there. Let me see. We got Chrissy H. We got Chrissy. Yeah, Chrissy's been rocking with me basically since Chrissy, girl, I appreciate you. Chrissy's been here. Tony Yeoman, Bold 14. Let me see. I'm gonna shine off in a minute. I just want to scroll down. Oh, we had Brittany. Okay, Brittany was here. Kendra was here. I forgot Brittany did shine in. I forgot Kendra was here. Brittany. They always pop in on my lives, even if they don't stay the full time. Oh yeah, and 80s Babies. I forgot 80s Baby always pop in too. Chrissy pops in. Yes, she always pops in. Chrissy's always here, yeah. And 80s Baby, Chrissy, 80s Baby, Bold. Let me see, 80s Baby. Oh, Diane Wilson, she came in. She was here. Huntsman came in. I didn't even see them. Kyla was here. Kyla popped in for a minute. So these are names that's way back at the top that came in because we've been on the live. See, Chrissy has been, she was one of the first ones. Chrissy was the first one that actually shined in. Her and I think it was LaTanya. Let me see if Tanya, yeah, LaTanya was here too. Yeah, LaTanya shined in. Her and Chrissy, they shined in. Ryan came in for a minute and he left back out. Chrissy's been here. LaTanya and Chrissy was the first, well, they was the first two people that had started talking to me in the chat. Kendra, Chrissy, Kendra, yeah. So I'm not gonna keep strolling because it looks like it strolls all the way down, a long ways, because like I said, we've been on the chat for a minute. Oh yeah, Slim Shell popped in, said I'm steady going. But like I said, if anybody named that I forgot, I do apologize. But I just wanted to say I appreciate everybody popping in, and I named some of everybody. Oh, there's Tony Yeoman. I figured he probably was still here. But Tony, I'm gonna get ready and shine off. I'm happy I was able to get some likes. People came in. I was here a couple of hours. Of course, I'm going to upload this, you guys. It won't come out probably until tomorrow because I keep saying I put out a short video and it still has not uploaded. And I don't even see it in my archive, so I have no idea. I probably have to find another short to put up. I don't know if YouTube is having a glitch or they're behind or they're just pacing them at their pace. I can't really say exactly what it is, but I know I did put out a short video, and I also put out my live that I did yesterday, and that live that I did yesterday, it just came out a few hours ago. So yeah. So like I said, thank you guys. If I forgot to mention anybody's name that came into the chat, that showed me some love, that gave me the thumbs up, and that was there, I want to say thank you for shining in with Yolanda. I really appreciate all the love and support. You guys take care, stay blessed, and I will holler at you the next time. It's Yolanda, and I'm signing out. Talk to you later.